exit 273A toward North Carolina 54 West, Chapel Hill.
Friends, and welcome to It's Me, Susie. And yes, it's me, your girl Susie. So I just wanted to tell y'all this. I actually have made a video, but I went ahead and deleted it. What am I scared? Ooh, look at her. That melanin is melanin. Yes. Anywho, I applied to be a special assistant flight attendant, and I went yesterday for the interview. But I have this, and I told her, because they had two different ones. It was a part-time one, which was a relief SAFA, which I would still do, right? But if they offered me the full-time SAFA position, I'm not going to accept it. And this is why. Because I have been off for 15 days straight. And the SAFA position requires you to work 20 days a month at 8 hours a day. That's like working a full-time job. And the reason why I am a flight attendant is because if I only want to work my 75 hours a month, that's all I have to work. That's usually like 4 trips a month. So that's 16 days a month that I have to work. If that, right? Well, because it's usually like four 4-day trips, right? And remember, it's not full 8 hours. It's like 3 hours, 5 hours. It varies, but it's not a full 8-hour day. And then, again, if I don't want to work 75 hours a month, I can always
In 3 miles,
right?
take exit 273A toward North Carolina 54 West, Chapel Hill.
So I think the best scenario for me would be the relief SAFA. But, as I've told others, I'm okay with being a flight attendant. I don't need any special assignments. Would I like to elevate my career? Absolutely. Because there is so much opportunity. I would love to be an IOE instructor, check flight attendant, because then I'm still getting I still get the 110 hours, but I'm also getting extra pay for different things and stuff like that. So, yeah, if she does offer it to me, the full-time SAFA, I'm going to say no, thank you, because I only want to be the relief SAFA, because I don't want to give up my 18 days off a month, because I only get 11 days off being a SAFA, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I want 18 days off a month. I want something like this. I done had a 2-week stretch. So, yeah. But I will keep y'all updated. Bonjour, my beautiful and empowered friends. I think the last time I made a video, I was telling y'all that I went on the interview for SAFA, but I'm probably not going to take it unless they give me the relief SAFA position, because I like my 18 days off, right? And what's today? Today's Tuesday. Sunday, I went to Charlotte to IKEA and got me it's a dresser, but I use them as nightstands. I absolutely love them. I had them when me and Aaliyah lived in Greensboro in our 2-bedroom apartment. And so they're just plain wood. And so I'm going to paint it white, and I'm going to put these decals that I have on my wall. These same decals here, I'm going to put them on the dresser. So I'm in tight quarters because I'm in my bedroom. I'm not doing it in my living room. I'm gonna do it right here in the bedroom because I'm gonna watch TV. But I got, and then I got these little silver, because they're wood knob or pulls for the dresser. And they're so pretty. So I'm gonna do these instead of the ones that they come with. And I got primer and satin white. So I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like with the wood, and then I will show y'all again the finished product. All right, let's have a different angle. I am going to lay down my, but this is what the wood looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead, prime it, paint it, and I will show y'all the completed project. I ordered the decals, so they should be here tomorrow, and I will show y'all tomorrow the finished product. I don't know what's up with my tripod. I go back to work on Thursday, so we gotta finish this before, and I gotta wash my hair and retwist it. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this primed and painted, and I will show y'all that. And then once I get the decals and put them on, I will show y'all that. I know I have not been filming. It has been crazy, but I have today is day 2 of a 4-day trip. I just got back from 15 days off, so and I was gonna film last night once I got to the hotel room, because one, it's a new hotel in Toronto, and I wanted to show y'all my food bag because I actually meal prepped. But by the time we got to the hotel, it was minimum rest for real, like below minimum rest. Like I literally only had time to shower, warm up my food, eat, and go to bed. So, but today we got an 18-hour layover. This is definitely a new overnight. It's Washington Dulles. It's my first time doing it, and of course it'll be a new hotel. So I'll be able to show y'all what's left of it, because I warmed up. I meal prepped salmon and roasted veggies. I did like Brussels sprouts and butternut squash. And the piece that I got from Trader Joe's was like $11.17, and it got me 3. I had meal the night before I left, and then I had last night's meal, and then I'll have one tomorrow. Today I'm gonna eat my salad that I got from Trader Joe's, but I'll show y'all that in the room. And we got about 5 minutes before boarding. This is only a 2-leg today. Yesterday was 3 legs. Tomorrow is 1 leg working, 1 leg deadheading, and then the last day is 4 legs. So I will talk to y'all later. All right, bonjour. I have been here since 11 o'clock, but I had to, get unpacked and use the bathroom. This is my chlorophyll that I take at night. I'm about to get in the shower, so I will give y'all the room tour afterwards. This is an ice scoop from the plane. I got a ginger ale. These are my waters that I fill up in Detroit with their bevy system. I'm probably about to go warm this up in the crew lounge. This is shrimp and grits that I made the other day, the day before my trip. The day before my trip. I made that. 2 days before my trip, because I made, this is cherry pie, that's my dessert, which I ate one yesterday, and I ate one of these yesterday as well.
This is what I made the day before my trip. That is the salmon and the roasted veggies with balsamic vinaigrette on the top. These are my pomegranate seeds, which I probably will eat these tomorrow on my deadhead. And then this is my salad for dinner, but I'm about to go one of them shrimp and grits because it's almost 12 o'clock, so that's gonna be lunch. But yeah, that's my bag. I will show y'all the room after I get out of the shower, and then maybe I'll take y'all to the crew lounge as well. Welcome to It's Me, Susie, and yes, it's me, your girl Susie. So, we haven't really had any kind of layover time really. Yesterday we had like 18 hours in Dulles, but I didn't do anything. But today we have 25 hours. So we got here around 10 o'clock, something like that. I don't know. And of course it was breakfast time, so I wanted to go get some breakfast. So me, the captain, and the FO, we went out for breakfast. We rode scooters over there. So just a little fun morning. And tonight we're gonna go and have some more fun. We're gonna go maybe karaoke. I know it's a bar type thing, but they have like pool and arcade games and maybe karaoke, darts, stuff like that. Food, because that's what we're going for. So I don't know if I'll be able to take y'all along because the scooters, I don't have anything to set my phone up on. So I'll just get as much footage as I possibly can. But we're going to meet in the lobby at 4 o'clock. So I will talk to y'all later. I'm back from my excursion with the crew. It is 9:57. We've been gone since 4, so about 5 hours. We had a really good time. This is a really great crew, but when you have a great crew, it's like I never see them again because we had such a good time. But there's a lot of stuff to do in Omaha. We really did have a good time. So I am about to get in the bed. I'm gonna relax. I probably ain't going to bed because I really don't have to be up until like 8 or 9 because I want to go and eat breakfast. But I will talk to y'all in the morning or tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow's go home day. Alrighty, bonjour, my beautiful and empowered friends. Welcome to It's Me, Susie. And yes, it's me, your girl, Susie. First flight of the day, day 4, go home day. We are already delayed by an hour. So, the pilots were taken off the trip originally. They were going to deadhead home, but now they're back on. So I don't know what's going on, but I was already getting home past 12 o'clock. So we'll see what transpires. I'll talk to y'all later. It's me, Susie, and yes, it's me, your girl, Susie. Well, as you can see, I never got my things primed or painted because I didn't have this little thing here. This is a pancake opener. So I had to go back to Lowe's today to get this. So I'm ready to prime them, but I wasn't able to come on last night. I don't know if it's cutting up my head. Let me see. Just a little bit more. Because I didn't get in until I think I got home at about 11:45. So most amazing crew ever, like the dopest crew. And like it wasn't even just about us hanging out together on our trip, you know, to Omaha. Like the whole vibe, the whole trip was great. With this particular crew, great flight attendant, you know, great flying partner, great captain and FO. Just really a chill vibe. Like it was great. And we didn't encounter any issues, of course, until our final day, go home day. We were delayed coming out of Omaha. We couldn't even take off until 2:30 to get to LaGuardia. And then we spent probably about an hour in taxi time on the ground. So by the time we got to Raleigh, it was late. It was like 10 o'clock, I think. And the captain called in for fatigue, and I don't blame him. You know, I'm not calling it fatigue because fatigue is it's a mess, right? It's so much to prove when you're calling it fatigue. It's the opposite for captains though, and pilots, because you know they're doing much more than we are. So you know, I'm thankful that he called in fatigue because that actually helped us to, you know, to get that DC turn dropped from our schedule. But they should have had that covered anyway. They should have. What they did was they dropped it off of the captain and the FO schedule when we were, you know, standing in at Omaha, and then they added it back on their schedule. So they should have dropped it off all of our schedule anyway, and got some reserves to do it. Like, I just don't understand sometimes, and it's not for me to understand, right? Because I'm not on that end of operations. So, but got home about 11:45, and of course I went straight to bed. I'm up now getting everything done that I need to get done because I only have 2 days off. I bid for 3 specific trips because I wanted to have my off days. So I have 4 days after my last trip this month. And then I have a 4-day trip, and then I got 2 days off, and then I have another 4-day trip. And then I think I have 4 days off. And then I go on a 5-day, and then I have 7 days off or 8 days off. I have like the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Yeah, I think I got about 8 days off. So, because I really want to take a trip around New Year's. So what I'm going to do is bid for both the end of my January, and then again pick the trips that I want, and hope that I can get, those first couple of days off in January, so that I can actually take a trip at the end of the month. So we'll see. I'm just excited. I got 2 of the 3 trips that I bid for, and I got all my days at the end of the month. So, but yeah, if y'all enjoyed this vlog, go ahead and like, subscribe. I just want to say thank you all who have been subscribing to this channel. I'm now at 193 subscribers, and I'm very thankful for that. Keep subscribing, keep watching, keep enjoying. I will keep posting shorts because that is kind of my favorite thing to do. But if y'all want me to continue doing these videos, I'm just going to do them, how I'm led, because these don't get a lot of traction like the other ones, like my shorts do. So, but I thank y'all for being here, and I will see y'all in the next vlog. Bye. All right, so as you can see, they are painted. Now I have to put it together. All right, so this is the finished product. From back here, you cannot tell that it's, for one, it's off, and I needed some touch-ups, but this thing right here gave me so many problems. It's not flush. Maybe I should have painted it after I put it all together to make sure that it was flush and everything was in. But I painted it before, you can see here, it's not really flush. It needs a touch up. These are not flush over here. The only one that's flush is the bottom one. I'm still gonna put my decals on it, and it'll sit there. I'm not gonna get one for the other side though, so or maybe I will get one for the other side, put it together, and then paint it and see if that makes a difference. But this is before the decals. Bonjour, my beautiful and empowered friends. Welcome to It's Me, Susie. And yes, it's me, your girl Susie. So I don't know if I ever told y'all why I go by Susie. Well, my grandmother, who I believe Aaliyah had her soul, like that she was reincarnated as my grandmother. It's a long story. I'll maybe explain it one time or another, but my grandmother took care of me my entire life. I can remember at the age of 2, well, I don't remember, but at 2 years old, my grandma came and got me from the Euclid police station because my mom was on the run, and the police pulled her over, and I was in the car, and they arrested her and took me to the jail. I could have been a medicine bomb, but because of the love of my grandmother, I was saved from that. And I lived with my grandma my entire life. My mom was in and out of jail when I was younger, and my grandma called me Susie. She didn't think that my name should be Ayana. She said she looked like a Susie. She said her name should be Jennifer. I'm gonna call her Susie. At least this is what my mom said, right? I'm gonna call her Susie. And so for all my life, I was her Subu. Like, she would always be like, Subu. I can only remember a couple times when she would call me Yanni. And, like, my grandmother's love helped me to be a better person, right? I believe. Yeah, I went
went through that phase where I was in college and I was getting high and I was getting drunk. But my grandma never judged me. She never assassinated my character. She saw those pictures and the only thing she said was, Super, where are the books? She never called me out of my name or, you know, said anything about my character, you know. And a lot of the reasons why I stopped talking to my mother recently and my baby sister is because of the way they have treated my man child. You know, my mom had my son come up to Cleveland after he lost his job on the pretenses that she was going to help him, and the whole time she was trying to take his money. You know, and I really do believe that her and my baby sister has something to do with him losing his job, to be honest, right? I believe they were trying to blame it on me, you know, but I'm not that type of woman. I'm not that type of person. And I'm damn sure not that type of mother. Because when my son had his own place in North Carolina, I sent my son care packages to help him, right? Because that's how you help somebody. You do whatever you possibly can when you can. You don't try to take the money that they're earning, and then when they don't give you their money, you try to kick them out, or you say that. I mean, the way that she was, I had to literally, I didn't go off on my mother, but I had to check my mother about my son, because she just started assassinating his character and saying, well, if I had wished his character, if I had knew his character was like that, I would have never invited him up here. Like, no, your whole purpose in inviting him up there was to get his money. And I truly believe that. You know, and then my sister threatened my son, so I just like cut them off, because like there's one thing I don't play about is my kids. And I will tell anybody that on that night Aaliyah was killed, if I would have had a car, there was a reason why I didn't have a car. Because the universe knew that I would have went to that woman's house, pretended like I was still her friend, and I would have killed every single one of them for killing my baby that night. My right hand to God. Because I don't play about my kids. I love my kids. My kids are my world. But that doesn't mean that I can't go on without them. And I know a lot of people, I know that Aaliyah was killed, you know, because it wasn't just that woman and her daughter. I believe it was a group of people, right? Because of the way that I love my daughter, because people don't love their children the same way. I know that that it's a fact that people do not like me. People loathe me because of the way I love, and because of the way other people love me, because they don't have it within themselves. Hell, a lot of parents don't even like their kids. But me, I enjoy being around my kids, even my man child. You know, he will always have a place in my home if need be. But by all means, I want him to have his own, because every man should have their own. But me being the mother that I am headed to Cleveland now because I want to decorate his bathroom. You know, and I'm still going to continue to be that mother, and I'm grateful and thankful that I have an adult son that I can do these things for, right? You know, I was grateful and thankful that I had a teenage daughter, you know, that even if I had to go without, I made sure she didn't. You know, and whether people thought that I had the money or not is none of their goddamn business. Just know that I was going to make sure that my daughter had it, even if I didn't. That was a lot of the reasons why I cut my hair, because I wanted to make sure that I could do her hair and not have to worry about mine. So, you know, I'll cut my hair off. You know, but now I don't have a minor to care for. It's only me, right? So, yeah, I am going to pour all my love, all my energy into myself. But I also have a son that I can, because he's an adult, he doesn't require that of me, right? I can call and check on him. I can send him care packages. I can cash out him $50 when I have the extra, you know, to help him out. And that's what being a parent is all about, you know, wanting your children to succeed, wanting them to have better than you, wanting them to be better than you. I used to tell Aaliyah that all the time. You're so much stronger than I was when I was 13 or 14. Because she was. She was that girl. And my son is that man. You know, and I have to cut my family off. But she's just not going to treat my kids like that. Just like I will be damned if I be bothered with somebody who planned to kill, you know, conspired to kill my child. No, fuck y'all. And I mean that with everything that's in me. Fuck y'all. Thank you, you too. No, I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I don't want to be associated with anybody who wants to hurt children or hurt my children. So, I'm on my way to Cleveland. I'm gonna pick my son up from work. I'm gonna go and take him to get some cleaning supplies for his apartment, and I'm gonna decorate his bathroom. We're gonna spend this day together, and depending on what time he has to be to work tomorrow, I will drop him off at work, and I will head to Cincinnati to get to pack up as much stuff as I possibly can into this little car. But I definitely need my kitchen supplies. I want to get my desk. Although I don't think that I'm going to use, my office or that extra room for my office. I think I'm going to put a pole in there and dance. Anywho, so as you all know from the previous video, I applied for a SAFA position in my base, and I had the interview maybe 2 Fridays ago, and I told her that I would be more interested in the relief SAFA position. Well, after I had the interview for the SAFA position, what I really wanted, a line check SAFA IOE instructor, was posted. And after I interviewed for the relief SAFA, I was like, you know what? I really do want the line check. So I went ahead and applied. Well, wouldn't you know it, they called me for an interview the same exact day that I received the offer for the relief SAFA position. And I told her that, you know, I was transparent. I told her I applied for the line check, and that's really what I want to do. That really is the type of SAFA that I want to be. Because I do that, you know, I'm naturally a leader, and I do that anyway when I'm working with the newer flight attendants. You know, I want them to succeed. I mean, I want people to succeed, and that's love, right? That's love to me. Like, people who say that they love you but will do anything in their power to destroy everything that you accomplish or try to take from you, baby, that's not love. That's hate. That's exactly why I cut off my mom, because how can you say that you love your grandson and yet you told him to move up to Ohio with you to help you, and you're continuously trying to take from him? I cut my sister off too because she threatened my son, and I just can't deal with people like that, because that energy is the same energy of the people, the mother and daughter duo who killed my child. So no, I'm done. I gotta pay this toll. But anywho, so yesterday when I got off my trip, well, I have been thinking, you know, I have been contemplating, weighing my cons and my pros about the relief SAFA position. Hello. Thank you. Have a good one. You know, I've been weighing, because as anything in life, and I always do this, you know, I weigh the pros and cons of any situation that I'm facing in my life. Same thing with returning, you know, to North Carolina. And I've decided that the cons outweigh the pros, because I could only find 2 pros in accepting, if I would have accepted that position. And that is the 110 hours a month guaranteed whenever I am scheduled to be a relief staffer, and the fact that I would be home every night whenever I was called to be a relief staffer. And that just wasn't enough, because the truth of the matter is, although I love the check that I receive when I work 100 plus hours, it's not a necessity for me. My 75 sustains me every single month. Anywho, so, you know, after I thought about it, I was just like, I like the flexibility of being a flight attendant. So whether I have a position or not with the company, you know, a title or not within this company, it doesn't matter, because I'm okay with being a flight attendant. Being a SAFA is not necessarily a deal breaker. Would I love to be a line check? Would I enjoy, I should say? And do I feel like I am, that is a position where my gifts and my talents will also be utilized? Yes, because I am naturally a leader. I am naturally a teacher. I am naturally a mentor. I don't need any degrees to prove that. I don't need any titles to prove that. But I would absolutely love to see the junior flight attendants succeed and not get to the point where they no longer love their job. They no longer enjoy their job. And that they don't follow behind the bad habits of other people. And that's who I am in my life. That's what I was teaching my daughter, you know, to, you know, just be herself, right? Like, love herself, enjoy being herself, because that alone is enough. And don't follow after people, right? Be a leader. And she was. And unfortunately, you know, people hated that. People hate it within me, but I don't give a fuck. You know, I could care less. You know, because I validate my own self. Anywho, I'm just rambling. But so I got home from my trip. I want to say it was about 4:15, and I went down to the office. The light was on, but the door was closed. And when the door is closed, it has meeting in progress on it. And so while I was waiting for the shuttle, I went ahead and sent her an email declining the position. Now, I know people might be like, well, why would you do that? That was a for sure position. And I understand that. But because the cons outweigh the pros, I would rather just stick with being a flight attendant. Like, I don't need the SAFA title. Like, that's not a must for me. You know? And it's not really what I want. You know, like, when I was a reserve flight attendant, I didn't like sitting at the airport for 8 hours. You know, but I knew I had to do it. I knew that in order for me to be awarded a line, you have to go through being a reserve. Now, it's a lot different for the new Raleigh flight attendants that are coming in, because they've gotten a line as soon as they graduated, you know. But I really do appreciate my time as being a reserve, because it built character, you know. But I don't want to go back to being a reserve, and that's how I look at that. Even though it's a SAFA position, you're basically a reserve, because it's still only 11 days off a month. You're there 8 hours a day, you know. And no, I like my 18 days off a month, 16 to 18 days off a month. I love that for me. I really can work my 75. I can pick up extra trips, or I can work minimum if I want to. I can't do that with the SAFA position. You know, I could only do that on my months that I am just a regular flight attendant, right? I'm doing regular flying, I should say. So, yeah, I went ahead and declined it. And no, it's not a guarantee that I will even be offered the line check position. But again, I am okay with that. So, yeah, needless to say, I'm headed to Cleveland to go decorate my son's bathroom, spend some time with him. And then I'm going to go to Cincinnati and try to get as much stuff as I possibly can in my vehicle. And I'm going to head on home. I only have 3 days off. And then I work a 3-day, which is 1 day. It's a 1-day trip, and then a 2-day trip the next day. And then I'm off again for 4 days. So I will show y'all the mummified version of my son's bathroom. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my directions. So I will talk to y'all later. Alright, so I got hungry on my drive. I already started tearing that up. That's a fluffy French toast. I had, by the way. It's my eggs and hash browns. I know I don't really do meat. He even heated me up some strawberry syrup, but yeah, I'm tearing it up right now. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and if you know me, you know I have to have my breakfast, but not until 9 o'clock. This is before. If you have been subscribed to this channel long enough, then you know whenever I am in Cleveland, I gotta stop at Mark's. Yesterday I brought my son up here and we got him a sheet set and this throw cover. It is so soft. It was a king size for 15 bucks. So I'm going to get one for my couch. Close out. Go find this throw cover. I checked another Mark's because I'm on my way to, there they are. I'm on my way to Cincinnati. I checked another Mark's this morning and they did not have it, but they still do. Look at this, hotel quality. But I'm gonna get this one right here. This is the one I got my son. And we got him these sheets too. Where they at? Is it this one? Yes. Got him these.
They're really nice too. Oh, those are nice. $14.99. We gotta get our Sniper's barbecue chips too. Oh, I was gonna say they don't have them. Bonjour, my beautiful and empowered friends. Welcome to It's Me, Susie. And yes, it's me, your girl, Susie. So as you can see, I got a few things in here. I was not able to get my chairs, which I really wanted. But I'm going to make one more trip. Either I'm going to rent a U-Haul truck or I'm going to rent a pickup truck to come and get the rest of my things. Because I got to get my stuff out of storage. But went and visited my son. I decorated his bathroom. Got him some cleaning products. We ate dinner. Got him a hotel quality sheet set for his bed. I had sent him the link for this mattress on TikTok because I had already got my mattress, but that mattress is so comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I love my mattress, but his mattress is very comfortable. So yeah, I got up this morning and I had bought him this throw blanket, and I showed y'all. And I went back and got me one. Didn't check the price because I paid $14.99 for his. They charged me $17.99 for mine. I should have checked the price on the other ones and took it up there to the register like this is this price, because I just paid $14.99 for it last night. But whatever, it's worth the $17.99 too. Like, it's soft, it's a king size. It's really nice. So I am on my way home. GPS says I should be there at 8:22 p.m. I thought I was gonna get there at 9. So I am making good time. I surprised myself. I only spent like an hour reorganizing. Because I had to reorganize it from how the movers had put everything in my storage to get the things out that I needed. And I did that, all of that within an hour. So got everything loaded. When I got in my car, it was like 12:32. So I made really good time, in which I'm happy for, because I am ready to get home. I am tired. Tomorrow is my only day off, or the last day off, I should say, because I had 3 days total, but I spent one yesterday going to Cleveland, and then today going to Cincinnati and getting back home. So I will check in with y'all once I get home. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. This might be the end of this vlog. Either way, if you made it this far, go ahead and like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will talk to y'all in the next vlog.